All right, and we are live. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. This is Roleplay Network with another installment of our Passage to Agamar campaign. Um, so, what I'd like to do, just to lead off, is just do a quick introduction from all of our players. From left to right on your Twitch.tv dial, we've got Ryan, who will be playing two characters tonight. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and the characters that you'll be playing?
Uh, Hi guys, Ryan Harrell here with you again. The first character I'm going to be playing is actually the prodigy of our dungeon master. I'm just giving him a little stretch of the legs while he's dungeon mastering. He is an Asimar warlock by the name of Tanris Lightbringer, and that's about all I know about him. And of course, your old friend Silas Glimmergaunt, rogue and pirate extraordinaire.
Awesome, awesome. Next up would be Mitch. Mitch, go ahead and introduce the character you'll be playing tonight.
Hi everybody, my name's Mitch. I'll be playing Xanros the Monk. He's a half-elf monk cleric. Right now running around with a healing staff though, which has been used a lot recently because I'm a little squishy sometimes.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm sure the rest of the party is incredibly thankful for that. And last but certainly not least, co-DM and member of the Passage to Agamar community, Greg. Greg, why don't you go ahead and introduce your character and yourself?
All right. Well, I'm Greg. I play our resident human wizard, Senor Bobos, our diviner, and but the real reason I'm playing it is to play his familiar, an owl named Cinnamon, who is everything that I actually want to be in life. And so we will play some sort of wizard dude, but it's mostly all about the owl.
And the black dragon.
Well, that's not good.
I did not.
Silas is a no-go.
I'm a painter, not a
Ah! Silas has proficiency in one musical instrument of his choice, which I have not chosen. I'm sorry, Tanris has that,
Ooh.
which you
Sure.
have not chosen yet.
Okay. So,
So just give you like a non-proficiency performance roll, or
yeah, that's fine. Okay. Don't necessarily recognize it, which is okay. However, the effect that it's having seems, to catch Tanris's attention. It definitely seems as if it's generating some kind of a mind-altering effect on the people that are walking. I mean, you see that this group, and you just kind of catch it as you're making your way to town, but you kind of catch the the instrument player, followed by a tail of about 8 to 10 Baranor villagers just contently marching behind the flute player as they kind of duck behind the barricade to the Wormspire. So, as you guys come to town, you're greeted by the parents of Maricel and Sidya, which are the two girls, and they look at you and they kind of fall at your knees as the girls kind of run from out behind you and embrace their parents. And this is an all too familiar scene to you. It almost seems kind of like deja vu. Like, didn't we just do this? Not too long ago. And as they embrace their children, they look up at you and they say, "What did you bring back to us? Those creatures. Those were not our girls. Those creatures. They've led away a group of villagers, and my wife and I were barely able to avoid that sound, that music. But I fear that the villagers that were taken by it have a terrible fate awaiting them."
that's why I tied them up. Who untied them?
So,
That's right.
so they're just like they're in tears.
They're good
and
with nuts.
yeah, there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of parental affection going on, and they say, we don't know. We were sent away, and when we returned, the girls were gone, and those creatures were there, and the guards and the other people in the vicinity of the jail. That's the group that's being led away right now.
Then we ought to rescue them.
Yeah. Are both of them leading the same group?
You only saw one. So the way
Was it obvious? Was it the girl, like, still the visage of the girl, or was it a different looking creature?
It's a different looking creature. So
Okay.
the creature that you saw, hang on, let me see if I can find one for you.
So how do they know that it was one of the girls that we found who is now leading them away? Or is that what they're saying? Not what they're saying. I'll ask them, maybe as my character.
So the creature that you see them leading them away looks like this, with that kind of an instrument that you see there. It's kind of like a fluted instrument, but it's got kind of goat legs.
All right.
Both.
Yes. I don't remember ever hearing that term. Maybe I can make. I have skill in, well, not necessarily history. I'm not proficient in it. Korgeth. Do I recognize that?
So I would say Xanros and Tenris can make religion checks.
Alright. I'm not the best at this.
What about insight?
Nope.
Nope.
I better roll high because I got a -1 modifier.
No.
What about Arcana?
No. I mean, I was going. Yeah. So
I could make a religion check.
sure.
I have a better bonus
Sure.
than these
Go
guys.
ahead and make a religion.
Intelligence. Yeah, see, this is
There
how
you
you... Yeah.
Right. So you remember from early on days of studying the Pantheon that Korgeth is the referred to as the Lord of Worms, and he is a greater deity of of worms and worm creatures, and that there is a pretty substantial following of Korgeth in the Underdark, both in the in the kind of cultist arena. So there's that there were cults of Korgeth, but you also know that he has dealings with the Fae. Because worms exist in the Feywild, the Feywild and the Shadowfell, just as they do in the in the Underdark.
I say it's quite clear that these Fae are attempting to capture some of the law-abiding citizens of Baranor, and we should have none of it. They are most likely following Korgeth, so I think that it's only best that we track them and try to rescue as many as we can.
So, from what you see, right, between the sounds of the flutes and just the group of people that is trailing behind them, you don't imagine it would be incredibly difficult to track them to where they're going, wherever they're going. And neither do they seem concerned that they are potentially going to be followed.
Right.
I mean, there's that the group of Baranor residents that were following them were kind of lackadaisically marching behind them, so they weren't making any effort to cover their tracks.
We might be able to see if there's any other funny business going on by I can send out my familiar, but I can only see through its eyes and ears if it's within 100 feet. So we may want to all stay like 100 feet back, because an owl flying through the air won't, bouncing between trees won't cause much fright, but we can at least as we get closer to the music, I don't want us to start falling under its influence. So I want to keep a safe distance back, but I still want to know what's going on ahead of us.
Right. Okay. So, did you want to attempt to follow?
I say we follow them. I don't know if anybody else has any better ideas.
No, I think that we need to follow them at a safe distance as well, because we need to figure out where they're going. We have to go save the townspeople.
Excellent. Do you have any supplies or anything that may be able to help us? We did, after all, bring back your daughters, and we were happy to do so. But any extra assistance that you could give us would be greatly appreciated.
So they seem like confused. They don't. I think that they're struggling with, or you get the feeling that they're struggling with, like, what they can give you that might be helpful. They're just like miners.
Okay. Yeah.
Peasants, more or less.
Okay. So yeah, maybe just like rations or like a water skin or something like that. Just something little tiny, if they have it. But if not, that's totally
no,
fine.
absolutely.
What is your obsession with this? You have plenty of rations in your own water skin.
Well, so I knew that this might come up, and I was like, look, I just want to let them know that I'm not expecting them to hand us like a +2 cloak of awesome or anything like that. But
they better pay up.
I figured if something immediately sprung to mind for them, they'd be like, oh, we have this potion that will do something cool for you. But if they don't, that's totally fine.
Right.
So we'll just go on.
I mean, so they're happy to provide you, whatever. Obviously the safe return of their girls is paramount, right? So they're ecstatic that you brought them back. Okay. So any kind of mundane items that you feel like you may need, they're happy to provide. Right.
I might also, just in case, give them a few. I have a bunch of sealing wax on me, and I can give some to them, like 4 or 5 units. So just in case, if he comes back, if they start hearing the music, they can stuff it in their ears, and it'll deafen them to the music. It should at least.
I thought you meant like stuff to wax your ceiling with.
Yeah, right. I'll give them a couple of plugs, but I need to keep some for us as well. So I'm still keeping like 5 units, which I'm assuming like we can use to stuff our ears, all 4 of us.
Yeah.
So that'll be useful for them.
Sure. So they're extremely happy. So they take them, and and at this point, what they'd like to do is they'd like to kind of take their girls home, but also bring the surplus to some of the more important folks, so that they can actually plug theirs as well.
Good stuff.
Okay, so so that being said, I mean, again, mundane items, I don't know if you need any, but if you'd like to head out, we can talk about what the path is like getting there.
I'm ready.
I believe I'm ready.
Okay, so yeah, as you make your way to the entry of the Wormspire, you clearly see that, it's not going to be much of a challenge to follow the path of the group. Yes, they're a decent distance ahead of you. However, the manner in which the group is following is very haphazard, and so, the floor of the Wormspire where they went is just it's pretty obvious which direction they go. So you're able to follow it to the point at which you come to a set of so it they follow the Wormspire a bit, and then there's kind of a passageway off to the left that leads to a set of like stone stairs, and the interesting thing about it is that the stone stairs are smooth. I mean, perfectly smooth, as if expert craftsmanship. And there's you see one flight going down, and then a landing, and then another flight going down. And at the bottom, you can make out what looks like kind of a green glow at the bottom of the second landing.
Green glow, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Has anyone else noticed how marvelous these stairs are? Says Silas.
Suspiciously marvelous, says Bobos, and he casts mage armor on himself.
Sure.
Also, Xanros, did I give you a cloak of protection?
Yes.
Okay, let me delete the one that I have then, because I know we only have one. Make sure you add that to yourself. You can always use some more.
If you're wearing it, then you'll want to apply the effect.
I have it modified.
Okay.
Oh, you
Much
added it to
appreciated.
your...
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Didn't...
No, you're good. Thank you for double checking.
Alright, so now we got 16 armor class. Fantastic. So, we can have my owl, fly down there, because he has dark vision, and try to see what the source is of the green light, and hopefully it's not so bad.
Sure.
So, he has keen hearing and sight, so he has advantage on perception throws involving sight, so he's going to hop on down there.
Sure.
And try to look around and see what's going on.
Okay. So, the bottom of the stairs opens up into a circular chamber, and I'll just go ahead and share the map for you guys here. There we go. You should be able to see it here in a second. So the bottom of the stairs opens to a circular chamber illuminated by a brazier of green flames in the center of the floor. 3 stone doors, carved with delicate floral sigils, impede passage to the north, west, and east. The air is dry, stale, and free from the smell of rotting flesh.
It's good that it doesn't smell like dead things.
It's
Yeah.
strange that you would specify that. What does
Right.
it smell like? I'll tell you what it doesn't smell like. Rotting flesh.
Well, so you do remember that, Caligula mentioned the Crypt of Green Shadows. And so typically, you guys have been adventurers for a while, and whenever anybody says crypt, the first thing that kind of comes to your mind is the smell, right? Rotting corpses in, a relatively airtight space. Once you introduce airflow to that environment, the smell is typically horrendous. So it is unusual that this particular crypt, if this is in fact a crypt, is free of that smell.
But we know it's called the Crypt of Green Shadows. So,
Well,
okay.
she said that that's where the hags, that's where these creatures came from, and that's where the hag was getting her kind of instructions from. So yeah. So
I'd like to.
go ahead.
I can investigate the green flames, unless you had anything else that you wanted to say about the room.
No, I mean, so you guys are free to move. I mean, you should be able to move your characters. You're free to kind of move within the room. And again, just to remind you, okay, so you've got the brazier in the middle of the room with the green flames, and then you've got 3 doors, north, west, and east. Each have sigils, like, carved into them, that, you may or may not be able to read.
I'm gonna use one of my torches and try to light it with the green flame.
Sure, it lights, no doubt. It lights
Wow.
right up.
Does it have? I hold my hand next to it. Is it producing heat?
It does not produce any heat. It does, however, produce light.
Is the light of the torch green?
It is.
I'd like to investigate the flame a little bit closer. See if it's some sort of, or I could do investigation or arcana.
Yep,
but it's
your
probably
choice.
magical.
Yep.
I would like to examine to see if it has maybe magical properties. So arcana.
It absolutely does. You recognize it, very quickly as a fairy fire, with a kind of green tint to it, which is usually indicative of the caster. So the origin of the caster can, sometimes lead to a coloration in fairy fire. Your experience in this space says that, chances are the caster was either Sylvan or Fey.
Hey.
So does the fire itself have any weird properties?
Not aside from being fairy fire. I mean, fairy fire has weird properties, but
Producing light, no
yeah.
heat. That's good. I don't have dark vision, so that's useful. I'm going to keep it with me.
Okay. So also with your Arcana check, I will let you know that you do get the sense that if this fairy fire is consuming your torch, it's going to do so fairly rapidly. That you feel like that torch will be consumed relatively quickly, probably, much more quickly than a standard torch.
Okay. I'll just blow it out then, or extinguish it. I don't have prestidigitation, so I can't do it magically. But I'll put out the torch.
Okay, so as far as putting out the torch,
That's a great question, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, so how exactly would you put it out?
I
Just
have
douse it?
I have a water skin with me.
Okay.
See if that works.
So, yeah, you're successful. The torch is now, wet, like the torch itself. So it would be a challenge to relight, you think?
That's okay. I'll let it dry off. I have an extra torch.
Okay. So, so I mentioned, doors to the north, west, and east. But otherwise, not anything else. Kind of, the doors have have carvings on them.
I'm going to check the east.
Okay. You
Gonna roll you an investigation check.
So the door to the east. Hold on. That's what it says on the door.
I do not understand it. Does anyone understand this language?
I don't immediately.
Tanris, Silas?
Brian, would it know? Would Fantasy Grounds be able to differentiate between which characters and language and whatnot?
Yes.
Then no,
So
neither
it
of them
doesn't look
can
like anybody
understand.
understands the language.
Okay.
No.
So I'll come over here and take 10 minutes to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual.
Sure. Okay.
And so it says it takes about a minute to read a page of text.
Okay. So yeah, so you spend the time preparing it, and you cast the spell, and the writing on the door reads, there you go, that's what it says. It says, Timande watches the pit of undying fire.
That's appropriately confusing. I'll check the north one. The effects last for an hour, so if there's any other arcane glyphs, I should be able to read it
this
as well.
one is also in the same language. You spend a little time reading it, and
That's
it says, Carithus watches the funeral pyre.
Oh man, I hope this all rhymes.
And the west door reads, Hassan watches the Hall of Secrets.
Silas votes for the Hall of Secrets. If he knew what it was.
I second that. My guess is it's describing the rooms beyond. Is there a door?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
was assuming Senor Bobos was sharing those things with us as he went.
Excuse me, yes, I'm reading them aloud. Hassan watches the Hall of Secrets. Perhaps the Hall of Secrets is behind this door.
So there are 3 doors, right? North, east, and west. So
I vote west. Is it unlocked? I can cast Mage Hand and test the handle and see if it's unlocked.
it appears to be unlocked.
Alright. I'll open it and let my owl sort of waddle through.
Okay.
He's gonna try to use stealth though. So I will throw that in the tower.
Okay. So what light do you have? I mean, because right now, so you're okay in this room, but
Cinnamon has dark vision. For now, I will use. For now, I'll look through Cinnamon's eyes. He has dark vision out to 120 feet. Just to at least be able to see if there are any enemies or obvious things about the room beyond.
Sure. So, wails of agony pierce your ears when you open the door. An icy wind strikes you like a charging bull, and the air is knocked from your lungs. Suddenly, the room is plunged into darkness as the wind has extinguished any flame. So, you guys you're okay in the room that you're in, but as soon as Cinnamon moves into the other room, it is pitch black. And even Cinnamon can't see in that room.
Oh. Must be a magical darkness. All right.
We need to check one of the other rooms to figure it out.
Can Cinnamon return? Like, can he turn around and come back?
Yeah, I mean, presuming that he didn't fly in too far, as soon as he enters that room, it's just it's incredibly difficult to see.
Okay.
So can barely find his way back. He finds his way back to the doorway, and once he gets kind of in the room with the rest of you guys, he can see again.
We can even have him get lost, and then I can temporarily dismiss it, and then bring it back. Okay, so it's pretty scary over there. Looks like magical darkness, and I don't know if anybody can see a magical darkness, but perhaps we can try one of the other rooms and see if we can find the source of it.
Hello?
We hear
Hello.
you.
Oh, sorry, my microphone wasn't working for some reason. Tenris cast light on Cinnamon, is what I was trying to say.
Ooh. Does that work on magical darkness?
Try.
So give me an Arcana check. You think it depends, right? So you think it depends on what the magical darkness is. So certain forms of magical darkness are impenetrable to, light spells or dark vision. This, based on your minimal exposure to it, you think it's one of those.
Well, there's no problem casting light on it and having him go back and see if it's the same effect.
It is.
It is.
It is still entirely pitch black. Like the light from Cinnamon is extinguished as soon as he crosses the threshold of the door.
Okay.
Dang.
I'll dismiss him for now. Just move the token up here, and I'll bring him back if needed.
Is the wind still blowing in that chamber? Like, now that the door's been opened, could we bring some fairy fire in and try that?
Yeah, you can try it.
Okay. I will use Silas to light a torch and just step right through the threshold.
Okay, hang on just 1 second. So the fairy fire seems to cut through the magical darkness, and you're able to see around the corner, but your visibility is going to be very limited.
I called back to the group. The very fire works. Light some torches. And Tamris lights one.
I will light my dry torch.
Okay. So as you kind of peek around this corner, you see what looks like a dead body. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can give you an image of what it would look like. So it kind of looks like this. It's about a 10-foot tall humanoid, but the body has been dead for a little while, not incredibly long amount of time, but you see maggots crawling through it.
That's totally death
Ew.
clock.
Does he have anything good on him?
No.
Aw.
I would like sneaking while carrying a torch is not very practical. Okay, I will just walk forward very slowly.
Okay. So, you know, right about where you are is where the corpse is. You get a much better look at it now, and it's it's a hulking brute. It's about 10 feet tall and easily, weighing over 700 pounds. It's its body kind of has like inky like black spots that that cover it, so the skin is kind of a gray as you saw from the image, but it's got these like dark spots, and the eyes, which one of them is missing, and again maggots are kind of crawling through it, so it's a real kind of nasty sight, but the other one is like just a black orb. So you guys have never encountered something like this before, but it's kind of a strange looking creature.
Does the dead body not smell of rotting flesh?
It does not.
I would like to attempt to set it on fire with my torch, with fairy fire.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so the clothing that it's wearing lights up fairly easily. The skin kind of begins to sizzle, but there is like a cold wind blowing through this room, and you feel like this body could potentially be burning for quite a while. It's not something to where it's just gonna light up instantly and incinerate, but you've started the process. Ultimately,
Yeah,
the body
but
will be
it's an
consumed.
additional source of light now.
Sure.
That's true. And I was gonna say, like, yeah, but we'll just come back for it later. Like, we'll let it burn for a little while, explore the dungeon. It'll be good by the time we get back.
So you can make your way to. There's a door to the north.
Okay. I hand my torch back to Xanros and I say, "Here, hold it for me."
Sure thing, Silas.
And then I would like to. Oh, I kind of wave them back a couple of feet, and then I want to stealthily open the door.
I whisper to Xanros, "You think he's gonna die?"
50-50.
Okay. Feel pretty stealthy.
I think he's gonna die.
So I open the door quietly and peer into the next room.
Okay. Do you still have your torch?
No, I handed it to Xanros.
Okay. So you open the door and you see blackness. And give me a perception check.
Oh!
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just pitch black.
I go back and get my torch from Zenros, and I wave everyone forward. Let's go.
Okay. So here we go.
There's nothing beyond there then?
I can't see or hear anything.
I run back several spots.
Okay, so beyond this door is a labyrinthine hallway filled with swirling green shadows. Somewhere in the maze of twisting little passages, someone is humming a quiet tune. My green candle. And you can see what looks like a passage to the left and so a passage to the west and a passage a little bit further to the northeast.
Series of left turns, then.
Series of left turns.
All right, hang on.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
So jumpy you are.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're clear to proceed. So you're going to the left?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to roll a stealth check, come up to the corner to grab.
Well, so who is carrying torches?
Everybody.
Everybody.
I'm carrying a torch, yes.
So stealth checks will be made with disadvantage.
Because you're
Okay.
holding a torch.
Yeah, and you're surrounded by kind of a magical darkness, so you stick out like a
Wow.
I'll try to stealth
super
up.
stealthy.
Dude, my other die was a 19.
Looking good.
That sucks. Yeah, looking real good.
So I'm going to look around the corner still.
Okay. So it looks like it turns in two directions. It goes to the north and to the south.
Hey guys, it opens up to the right.
Let's take the passageway to the left.
By my
Okay.
green candle.
Does it seem to be getting louder?
Give me a perception check. You're not sure. I mean, you hear it.
I'm singing along to it, though. I'm trying to harmonize a little bit.
Right. So it looks like that corridor kind of opens up to the east.
Shall we continue?
I'm completely unstealthy right now, so be my
Me
guest.
too. Well, everyone is. I'll check to see what's around the corner.
By my green candle. So okay, so you guys are gonna look around the corner?
Yes.
Hang on, hang on. Move back, please. Wait for me to finish revealing. So as you come, as you kind of move, okay, so now you can move just up to the corner. To the corner. Anybody else want to allocate, or situate themselves?
I'm fine right here.
Okay. So as you get there, you are alarmed to see some stuff. So you see two creatures that
Had the floating head.
yeah are like spectral, so the lower half of them is a spectral kind of body, and then another that is different, kind of looks like that. So it's it looks like a human carrying what looks like a candle, and they are equally surprised to see you. Candle says, "Who are you? You can't be here. This is a consecrated place. You're not welcome here." Everybody roll initiative.
All right. Oh no. It's only for round 1.
All right, everybody's got their initiative in.
Yes.
All right, looks like Xanros is going to be up first. So Xanros, what would you like to do? Bear in mind you are carrying a torch. If you do put your torch down, or you try to make an unarmed strike, you can make an unarmed strike with your torch. But what I will say is, it would have to be like a kick or an elbow, maybe, instead of like a punch.
Do I have to have a torch right now?
No, you don't have to. If you I mean, there's enough light between the group, to where, like, if you set your torch down, it would, provide some light, but maybe something could creep up on you.
Okay. I'm going to put down my torch for the time being and move
Okay.
over here. And I'm going to attack Spectre 1. I am going to do 2 unarmed attacks, simply because technically I do not have my staff withdrawn.
Okay.
And actually, I'm going to use a Kai point. So I'm going to do Fury of Blows. And I would like him to do a DC throw to knock prone. Let me actually double check that, because there's a thing to that. I'm trying to remember what it is. Yeah, it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Looks like it's probably going to be successful.
I was gonna say. All right. Well, that ends my turn though. I'm gonna stay right there so I have light.
Okay. So this guy's going to go. And he is going to. Let's see. So he is going to move up to there, and he's going to target you with his life drain ability. Oof, he's gonna miss. That was fortunate for you.
If I didn't have that cloak of protection, that would have been a hit.
Yeah. And then that's going to be his turn. Hold on. Wait, let me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, so that's his turn. So now Spectre 2 is going to move. And he's going to get here. And he is going to attack Silas. And he's going to use his life drain ability. Oh, it's a crit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, and you are charmed, but that won't last long because he's going to do some damage. 22 points of necrotic damage. Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's all he can do. Silas, you are up.
You okay there, buddy?
Am I still charmed?
No, because as soon as he does damage to you, you're no longer charmed.
Okay, I stab him.
Dick!
to be a little more
absolutely
specific.
could be a meme, right? Like, wait, am I still charmed? Oh no, then I stab him. Yeah.
So, to be a little more specific, I've got my main rapier in my main hand, and I'm holding the torch in the other, basically.
Okay. That's a hit. All right, 13 points of damage. It's a good shot.
And for my bonus action, I'm gonna dash back.
All right, Tanris is up.
Okay. Chandras, I'm a little less used to playing. Let's see here.
Well, Tanris is a warlock, so I believe you do have some experience playing a warlock.
I think Chandras
Ravenous
is gonna.
is great.
Yeah, right. Descendant of Silas, we're getting there. I think Tanner's is gonna go ahead and cast Mirror Image on himself.
Okay.
And then take another step or two. Or no, let's stay right here so you can still see Xanros.
All right.
Senor Bobos is going to move 5 feet up and target Xanros. And oh no, that's Spectre 2. Is Spectre 2 dead?
Nope.
Okay.
Whoopsie daisies.
That's okay. I will. Okay, well, I'm going to do what I came here to do. I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Xanros.
Sweet, thank you.
And it should be there. There we go. And then I'm going to I will end my turn there
Okay.
and pray a little bit.
Okay. All right. So, Spectre 1, I believe is okay. Yeah. So he is Xanros. And he is going to use his life drain ability. Oof, and he misses because of the disadvantage. He critically misses.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cinnamon is not there.
Thank you, Senor
Cinnamon,
Rose.
yeah, I have not, I dismissed him as an action, so he's in like a
Yep.
weird space, so.
So Silas is up.
Sorry, I stepped on Tanner's. That's fine. And can I slide in here next to Senor Bobo?
Yes.
Okay then. So I'll take another stab at that jerk that tried to charm me. And he is engaged, so I get my sneak attack.
Bam. That Spectre goes down.
I love you.
So
Is hugging a free action?
no. It's a full round action. So Silas, I mean, describe the kill shot.
They're specters,
Yes.
so I imagine there's a lot of wispiness to them, but I try to find the most solid part of them that I can and just run them through with my rapier.
All right.
Oh right, and then I pass my turn. I forgot that's a thing.
All right, Xanros, you're up.
Alright. I'm going to target Spectre 1. And after... I actually want to draw my staff, though. So, can I still make an unarmed attack? At least?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to be a hit. Doesn't seem to do
All
the
right.
damage you expect it to do, though.
Well, that's fine. I'm going to end my turn on that, but I'm going to stay where I'm at.
All right, Spectre 1 is enraged with his comrade being slain. He's going to actually fly inside of you, Xanros.
Oh god.
Like fly through you, basically. Which is going to cause some damage. You're going to take some force damage as he partially rematerializes inside of you.
Ew.
So
Which part specifically?
So you're going to take 3 points of damage, and then that's going to be his turn. And then this guy, he's going to do basically the same thing, but he's going to actually do it to a couple of people. So he's going to fly through you, Xanros, you, Senor Bobos, you, Silas, and end in between Silas and Tanris.
Oh, wow.
So you're all going to take 5 points of damage. And from
Ow.
your bubbles, you maintain your concentration.
Yay.
Nice job.
And that's his turn. So Tanris is up. However, he's basically in melee right now.
Meaning he can't cast. Is he Warcaster?
No.
Okay, I would like to take the disengage action and run the hell away.
All right.
What's his speed? That's 4 squares. Okay, so he has enough speed to get around the corner.
I would like to use a bonus action to cast Misty Step. 30 feet. 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll go there. And then from there, I can still cast a cantrip. So I'm going to target him and cast Ray of Frost. Yeah. And then I'm going to... I still have movement. The Misty Step is just a bonus action, so I'm going to move 10, 15, 20 feet behind the wall there.
All right. See you later, Zandros.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty.
He's still concentrating on that. It's all good.
With the torch in my offhand, can I use it as a can I use my offhand attack as like an improvised weapon attack?
Yeah, but it only do a D4 damage.
What would I roll for the attack?
Well, I mean, your so it would be a strength mod. Now you'd actually have to build it. So it would be, because it's basically a club. So what you could do is you could drag a club to your character sheet from items and use the torch in essence like a club.
I have an idea. Let's...
Actually, I already have a club in my inventory.
So, in my dreams last night, I remember seeing Silas hitting a human creature with a weapon made of with a green flame attached to it, and I thought it was kind of confusing because he usually uses rapiers, and as an elf he has dark vision, so he wouldn't really need a torch. But now I understand where it came from. So if you'd like to swing the torch, you can get a 19 on that hit.
Plus 5 is 24.
Actually, a 12. Does a 17 hit?
Hang on. Yep, it would.
Okay. So I'll use that.
Okay. So here is his damage. Really, all I wanted to do was be able to disengage. And then I attack this guy with my actual rapier.
Okay.
And since he's otherwise engaged with Mitch, I would get my fate.
Yep.
Take that, your minions are dead.
All right. I'll pop out here. 5, 10, 20. I missed.
Oh.
30.
I'm going to move here and yell at the person to intimidate them to stand down. Just, we've killed your specters. Stand down or we won't have to kill you. explain the situation. And let me give you an intimidation roll.
Okay.
Oh my God! Seriously? Wow.
Your
So-
voice
I act like
cracks
a
little bit.
I act like a fairy as I say it.
So that might actually have helped if you acted like like a fairy or a fey creature, but otherwise his reaction is just raw anger. Now he is absolutely enraged by you.
Well, the rest of us are safe.
So since that takes up my primary action, I'm gonna use an unarmed attack.
Okay.
Seems how that failed so epically.
All right. There you go.
And pass my turn.
Okay, Tanris is up.
Tanris Lightbringer steps out of the shadows. And I believe... Oh, wait, I need to double check his spell slots. Didn't I just use one? Mirror image, that's right. Okay, so I will just go ahead and cast, let's say an Eldritch Blast. How's that feel, guys?
Classic.
Sounds great. He also has
I bet he's not
he has
resistant to force
agonizing
damage.
blast and repelling blast. Those are his invocations.
Sexy.
And did you want to push him back? Because you can push him back 10 feet if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use it to, shove him up against the wall right there.
Sure. Your Eldritch Blast strikes him like center mass. He looks down and he's just like, "Ugh!" And it just throws him back into the wall. His arms kind of fly to his sides, and he's struggling to hold on to that candle that he's got in his hand. And ultimately he kind of rights himself. And his resolve and anger seems to be increasing.
And I step back out of sight.
Alright, so he's going to use his life drain ability against Xanros.
We all gonna die. Swing and a miss.
You'll be fine.
Oof, it's a miss with the protection from good and evil.
Drop to 17.
And he is going to move, though.
Thank you.
Which is going to generate the incorporeal movement. He's going to move through the two of you guys.
Into the wall?
Over to here, yeah. Actually, no, he's going to move to here so that he avoids any kind of opportunity attack. But, so you guys are both going to take some force damage. You're going to take 6 points of force damage each as he kind of... So just, here's the picture, right? He tries to grab onto Xanros, and for some reason, there's some kind of ward that's keeping him from being able to make contact with Xanros, and he's desperately trying because he's very angry. But then what he does is he just kind of turns incorporeal for a second, and he just flies through the two of you guys. As he moves very quickly, and he just positions himself right in front of Xanros, presumably for another life drain attack. But that will not be this turn. Oh, well, it will be. He'll be first next turn, thanks to the random initiative.
We make a hand gesture like, no, please continue.
Yeah. So he is going to once again desperately trying to get this life drain attack. Oh, drops a crit and cannot seem to get a hold of Xanros.
Sweet.
That protection from good and evil is doing some serious work. Senor Bobos, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna move 10 feet 15 feet, 20 feet. You know, I'm gonna use an action to bring Cinnamon out. And I'm actually gonna move back 10 feet.
So where do you want Cinnamon to be?
Cinnamon is. I can drag his token out there. I got it.
Alright.
I can control him. That's pretty sweet. So he'll be there.
You should
I
also
dragged
be
it
able
from
to
his
delete it if you...
character sheet.
No,
Yeah, I
don't
can
do that.
right click
No,
and
you want to get it from the combat tracker. So.
Okay, well I can't drag it from the combat
Yeah,
tracker.
I'll
She'll
do
have
that
to do
for you.
that, I
Hang on.
guess. Okay, so around where I put it.
There you go.
And then that'll be my turn because it takes an action to do that.
Silas, you are up.
Silas is gonna dance around the enraged Feyman. Well, I'm assuming he's Fey.
The enraged Feyman.
And he is clearly occupied with Mitch. So it's gonna be a sneak attack. And then I'll
boy.
end my turn there.
Cinnamon is going to fly over to Hassan and sort of bomb its face, sort of dive bomb a little bit and then get out of the way. He's got the flyby ability, so he won't take opportunity attacks. So he's going to try to distract him and use the help action so that the next attack has advantage on him. He's going to take a little shit in his face too.
All right.
I think you'll have to hit next action. There we go.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna
Tanrus is up.
move 5, 10, 15, 20. I got line of sight there, I think. 20 feet. That's good.
So Hassan is swatting desperately at, the owl as it swoops down, dropping fecal matter in his face.
And we'll do another Eldritch Blast for funsies.
All right. So,
Well, he smoked a pretty fat doobie before he came out with us. We split one. No. I would say 20 feet in the air. Well, how high is the thing?
the ceilings in here are, I would say, they're probably about 20 feet. So he'd be right up against the ceiling at 20 feet.
Okay, let's say 20 feet.
And as a bonus action, he's going to cast Healing No. Which was it?
Healing no.
An ally you can see regains 0 HP.
Warlock Healing Light. That's it. At Silas. And he is going to use, I'm going to say 3 dice.
Okay, so they're D6s.
Oh, not so great, but there you go.
So he targeted himself with it, by the way.
Oh crap.
So you didn't have Silas. It looks like he was, because it looks like heal to Tanrus, not wounded. You should have just dragged it to Silas. That's okay. Here, watch. I'll show you. There you go. I added your 5 to Silas.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm going to swing my staff of healing
Alright, go ahead.
at its on. You gotta be kidding me.
Man. Last week it was Greg just critting it up like every attack. Crit.
That
this
was
week.
fun.
This week
That was a
it's
good day.
Xanros stinking up the joint. with the
And the
one.
worst
Doesn't he
part is,
have
it's not like
advantage? He's
all my
flanked.
rolls are horrible.
He
Oh,
does
Yeah.
have advantage.
that's my bad.
If
Can I
you roll a
reroll?
1 again, I'm done with you.
May I reroll, Brian?
You may re-roll.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not with advantage.
Not much better.
I think it would have
Highly appropriate.
been. I'm not done with you, but I'm disappointed in you.
So I'm pretty sure that ends my turn. I don't get my unarmed attack either, so I will pass it.
You don't deserve your unarmed attack.
Ah!
But you do get to go first.
The
Make it
luck
up,
of
make
the
it up.
day.
You gotta be.
Oh, man.
Wow. You know what? If you want to hit with a bonus action, I'll let you hit. Oh,
Silas, you're up.
just to make you feel better.
Let a real elf show you how it's done.
Nice.
I saw that too.
Man, big damage.
And can I do that as a bonus action? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my second win now. Ooh, full 10.
There you go. Senor Bobos, you're up.
I wander out into the hallway being like, you guys still going, huh? Awesome. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I think that is 30 feet. So I'll chill here and use a Ray of Frost. Do some damage to him.
Let's
All right,
see.
Tenris.
Nice sound
Um,
effect, by the way.
Oh, go
How
ahead.
do...
All kinds. I'm Johnny on the spot with the effects tonight.
Totally.
And that,
Okay.
for those of you watching, whether it's live or in the recorded session, I am using Sirenscape. For those of you that DM, if you haven't checked out Sirenscape, absolutely owe it to yourself to do it. It brings a tremendous level of immersion. All of our sounds and sound effects come courtesy of the Sirenscape Fantasy Player. Check it out. Sorry, go ahead. Tanris.
I'm going to use Frostbite.
Okay.
And he fails.
Nice.
All right. So. All right, so he's going to have disadvantage on his next attack roll, which is not good for him because he's got like double super disadvantage thanks to. So I think he's going to, he's going to basically give up on Xanros, on attacking Xanros. He is going to have disadvantage, but he's going to try to attack Silas. But oh man, he rolled a 20 and a 17, so he drops a crit, but still gets a
Thank
hit.
goodness.
Does some serious damage, and then you've got to make a Constitution saving throw, which I'll do for you here in a second.
No, he won't.
Unless
He'll
you
roll a
wanna-
19 and he'll be fine.
Okay, no, he is totally fine. However, I mean, he does take 13 points of necrotic damage as a result, but he avoids the more detrimental effect, presumably. We haven't seen that yet, so maybe soon. So, Cinnamon the Owl is up.
Cinnamon the Owl doesn't have any shit left in the tank. So he's going to fly around a little bit trying to find some loose rocks that he can drop on Hassan's head.
Sure.
Help action, just try to distract him again.
Yep, gotcha. All right, Xanros, you are up.
Alright.
Finish him.
So Hassan's not looking good, man. This could
I'm gonna
be
use a
it.
Kai point as well.
Bam! There he goes.
Boom!
So,
All right. Well,
so go ahead and describe it. You use your staff. Bring your staff down on Hassan. What does it look like?
as you know, being that he's enraged, I'm not going for a full frontal attack, so I come at him from the side and just like nail him across the neck, and he just falls unconscious.
Yeah, and so you notice when you hit him, as you know, as the false life, the undeath kind of starts to fade from him. He lets go of the candle, and as he lets go of the candle, he dissipates into a cloud of kind of green mist, and his body kind of just almost like Yoda dying, right? He just kind of fades away, and the green mist that he fades into just blends with the rest of the green mist that kind of occupies this chamber, and the candle that he was holding comes crashing to the ground. It doesn't look like it is broken. However, it lands with a thud, but the candle itself is still vertical and providing light.
I would like to pick up the candle.
Have I seen this process before? Maybe something, it seems like, you know, an item keeping a spirit in a different plane. Maybe he's got a different plane and that candle was his key to it? Have I seen that before? Can I make an Arcana check?
You can make an Arcana check, sure. No, I mean, so you know that, you know, kind of quasi incorporeal creatures, when they dissipate, you know, typically this would happen, like, you know, to where like these creatures would return to the plane that they're from, and so it's not unusual. However, in this case, it's almost as if like his spirit or his soul was released, you know, to where like,
So somebody...
yeah, as if like somebody had kind of, you know, forced him to do what he was doing, and now he was kind of freed from that, right? So there was almost a like a quiet calm that comes as a result, even though his body is no more. It's almost as if his soul was released from captivity.
Well, that's a good thing. I say, that creature was probably forced to fight against his will. So, if we see others, we should relieve them of their torment as well. I'm gonna take the candle.
Mitch already took the candle.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, Senior Bobos may have the candle. He is he is a wizard. It'll be better in his hands overall. I'm going to go pick up my torch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put my torch out. I have like a towel that I can use to sort of smother the flame. And just use the candle for light.
Hey Ryan, do you mind if I let them in? Because Pumpkin's just barking.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So, alright. So yeah, so the candle. Hold on. Okay. So it is an item. I'll have to add it to the party sheet at some point. But you'd have to spend some time attuning to it. It is, you know, you presume it is it is a magical item. So we'll get to that. But you'd have to attune to it. So if somebody were interested in attuning to it, then I can go ahead and create it, and then, you know, but that would have to happen during a short rest. So what do you guys want to do?
I say we continue forward, but I'll defer if... I'm gonna keep Cinnamon out here. But yeah, 5 feet above the ground seems fine. Maybe on my shoulder.
Okay, so there are two doors to the north, and there is a kind of the corridor continues to the east, and then dips again to the south, presumably linking up with that other kind of corridor that you guys explored before. To the right, there is a on the wall, kind of in that little alcove area to the right, there's a carving of what looks like the guy that you just killed, and it's a picture of that guy with his finger against his lips.
He was the keeper of secrets.
Say again?
He was the keeper of secrets.
Right.
Is there any text nearby it or anything like that, or is it just a picture?
Nope, just a picture of him with his, you know, kind of like, you know, finger to his lips, like, you know, the motion you would make if you were gonna shush something, or like say shh.
I'll go Senior Bobos and I say, hey, do those doors say anything?
I shake my head. Oh, which door? The door to the north, you mean? I'll move over to investigate. Is there anything to the west, by the way?
Is there anything to the west? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
So, I'll take a look at this door to the northwest here.
I'll look at this one in front of me.
Okay. They do not appear to be locked. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Correction. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Both doors to the north are locked. They also, both of them have runes carved into them, and how long does your comprehend languages spell last? Would it be safe to say that has
An hour.
expired? Oh, okay, then no. Okay, so here, so the doors say. Yeah, so they both say fire cleanses in Sylvan.
I could certainly cleanse this hallway if you wanted me to.
So who, who's checking what door? And by checking, I mean how, describe what you're doing to check it.
I will not open the door. I am simply reading the runes on it, and I say, it says something about fire cleansing, that fire cleanses.
I was checking the door to the right, and I was looking more for is there a keyhole? Does it look like something
so
I might be able to?
The door to the right, has a picture of Hassan, the guy who you just fought, calling fire down from the sky. So give me an investigation check.
Me?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. Yeah, you don't find anything unusual about it. It just, it seems like this guy was kind of into himself. Is the feeling you get.
This guy was a pompous ass, you guys.
So, both doors are locked. And the one on the right has the picture of the guy pulling, calling fire down from the sky. The one on the left just says fire cleanses.
We could try, holding the torch next to it to make it touch the door. I'll do that with a candle.
All right, perfect. So you touch the door with the candle?
Yes, bracing for impact.
Which one?
The one on the one on the east that I'm next to.
Yeah, okay. So I need a dexterity saving throw.
Aw. Can my owl, see what's going on, hoot a warning and give me advantage on the dexterity saving throw?
Not really.
Aw.
You got this.
So you say. 12.
So a column of fire comes down from the ceiling, charring you and Cinnamon. Cinnamon is burned. I don't think Cinnamon has that many hit points.
He has one. Does the dex save do half damage or no damage? Because Cinnamon can make his own save.
No, so the fire damage is, you can have Cinnamon make his own save. That's fine.
Oh, everybody pray for Cinnamon. If you're watching this stream, please pray for Cinnamon. It didn't really work.
All right.
Bye,
Adios, Cinnamon.
I look down at Senor Bobos and I say, "Do you feel cleansed?"
His eyes well up, and he falls to his knees, sobbing.
So Cinnamon is.
And he says, "That ritual lasted a whole hour."
So Cinnamon is incinerated. Yeah. And Senor Bobos, you're gonna take 19 as well. All right.
Guys, I walk back to the others, smoking slightly, saying, "How about we take 5?"
So, okay. So you guys see this column of flame descend from the ceiling, and it just completely incinerates Cinnamon. And Senor Bobos is he looks like Wile E. Coyote after a failed Acme product. Just his skin is all gray, and he's got covered in soot. and his hair is just singed, and he kind of wanders over and he goes, "Hey, I could use a rest." So
I think Mitch was mentioning maybe a break around 10:30 earlier, so it might be a good time.
I was going
Sure.
to. I was gonna say I can heal Senior Bobos, unless we're gonna do a short rest.
I mean, you can try a short rest. You know, I mean, I can't guarantee that, you know, it'll be a safe rest. You know, I mean, I could check that, but if you'd like to try to take a short rest, that's fine.
Alright, I'm actually gonna do a cure wounds real quick with the charge from the staff.
Thank you.
Actually, do I want to do a mass heal? Because we're all pretty damaged except for Tanris. How do you feel about that, Silas?
I would like some healing.
Alright, I'm gonna use a mass heal then. 1 second.
Yay!
Mass cure wounds, sorry. So that would be all of us, except for Tanris needing it. And it is actually 3d8 plus your spellcasting modifier. Which I forget what that is. 1 second.
That is
Where's
wisdom.
that?
That could put me back to full. That would be so great.
Wisdom.
So plus 3. So 3d8 plus 3. Plus I have my healing. So that's
Life
another
cleric.
3.
Life play. Well, what level is Mass Cure Wounds? Because it'll be more than 3.
Level 5.
So that's 7 extra.
Well, no, hold on a second.
Sure.
You should. So you're casting it from the staff, yes?
Correct.
Okay, so it has a like a charge cost. So it is not you casting the spell, so it does not take into consideration your life cleric ability. It is a charge in the staff, so it does the healing that the staff does because it's an item.
Okay. No problem. So then 3d8 plus 3 then. So
Yeah.
13, 16. 16 healing.
Yeah, so the Mass Cure Wounds uses 5 charges. So just mark that off.
That's amazing.
In terms of charges you've used.
Yep. I'm keeping track of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so would we like to take a brief intermission? Does anybody need to take an intermission at this point? You know, bio break, anything? Yes?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sure.
So all right, guys. Really appreciate it. We're going to take about a 10-minute break, and we will be right back. All right, and we are back. Thank you for sticking with us. We appreciate it. We are continuing on this adventure. The party is just coming off of a short rest. And the recent incineration of an owl, which was quite unfortunate. So we'll take it right back to the action. So what would you guys like to do?
Should we put the candle next to the other rune?
Fire cleanses.
That's somebody else do it.
But you're the one who got cleansed.
And you're
Right.
attuned to it.
So now somebody else can get cleansed.
We healed you up. Go on. I poke him with my rapier in the bum.
Is anybody, Xanros, do you know guidance?
I do not believe so.
Oh.
Can
Okay,
I like
what I do
stand
is
here and try to give him some kind of assistance in the case the trap goes off? Give him a
Better idea.
bonus to his roll.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
I have a flask of oil, and so
Okay.
I'm gonna sprinkle like a little path of oil going back, like, you know, I'll put the oil around there where I'm standing now, and then a little trail to the square that I'm standing in now, and then use the candle to light it and sort of step back a little bit.
Okay, so the oil lights, it follows the path to the door, and as it makes contact with the door, the runes on the door that basically read fire cleanses just, glow a bright red, and you hear what sounds like a mechanism in the door release. So you hear like a
All right. Is there a knob on it?
I mean, there's a handle.
Okay, I'll use my mage hand to turn the handle and try to push the door open. That was a short rest, by the way, right? I'm gonna recover a couple spell slots.
Does Tanris get anything back on a short rest?
Of his spell slots back on a short rest.
Who wants to go in first? Because Cinnamon can't anymore.
Okay, so yeah. So somebody gonna go in?
I shoved past the old man, mumbling under my breath.
I point my finger and use message to whisper at him. What the fuck was that?
All right. A stone wall divides this chamber, in the center of which is a glowing barrier. Within the barrier is a tome on a pedestal. So hold on, let me show you what that looks like. Okay. Let's see. Shining treasure is strewn across the floor, but from beyond the partition you can hear the sounds of steel striking stone.
I approach, but I don't actually come into contact with the barrier there. I call back to the group. Hey, someone know about magic?
I dabble. Excuse me. Shall I make an Arcana check? There you go. I love how we rolled exactly the same.
So you feel like this is probably something akin to an anti-life shell. If you're unfamiliar with that, I can let you know what that is.
Anti-life. I mean, said exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, basically it's a, it's a barrier that prevents it prevents anything but undead and constructs from passing through it.
I shrug. And I cast Mage Hand on the other side of the partition.
Is that a construct? Technically?
No, it's spectral. I mean, does it block spectral hands? Oh, I can at least try. It's not gonna hurt me. I mean, I have it grab a particularly expensive-looking piece of jewelry or something that.
So
and
let
bring
me
it
explain
back to
again
Papa.
what's in it, right? So
Okay.
you see
Go
a
ahead.
pedestal with a book, and then there's all kinds of treasure kind of within the circle. You see, brooches and gems and, a pair of ceremonial daggers, and then gold and platinum just strewn across the floor.
Well, I've always thought that the most valuable thing in this world is knowledge. So I'm gonna grab the book, and I should be able to, if the Mage Hand can be cast beyond or like within it, I like to have it try to grab the book, and if it's less than 10 pounds, I should be able to lift it up and bring it back to me.
Yeah, okay.
I have a question. If one were to install a pit in the floor, would you be able, does this field extend through the floor? Or does it stop at the floor?
Are you familiar with Arcana?
I rolled a 17.
Okay. So you feel like it's a sphere that, yes, would extend through the floor, and it does extend upwards, right? So it's 10 feet in pretty much every direction. Okay, so the mage hand, so you're moving it into the sphere?
Yes. Right towards the book.
Seems
Unless
to-
anybody's gonna be like, no, stop, don't. Yeah.
I'm good.
So it seems to pass through the field unimpeded. And it can fly right up to the book and retrieve it.
I first have it give a little thumbs up, and then it grabs the. Well, let me see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the book and bring it back to me. if I can.
Okay, so it retrieves the book and it brings it back to you.
Yes. If you guys want to hang out here for a few minutes, I'll just have it get the rest of the treasure.
Tanner's casts his mage hand as well to help out.
Dude, yes. And we just go crazy, just grabbing all the stuff that we can. Just, you know, high-fiving inside the anti-magic field or the anti-life field.
Okay, so let me drop some stuff in the party sheet real quick for you.
I want that book, though.
Book, I'm gonna have to let me do that separately.
A magic carpet.
That is an amazing item.
Could we all fit on it? Let me see.
600-pound capacity. It's a 5x7. In theory, we could probably all stand on it. Not sit, though.
Are the two unidentified items intentionally unidentified? Just asking.
You're now identified.
Ooh. Damn. Look, I think I'm just gonna take the book. You guys can...
Is the parcel coined from this round?
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. So 125 gold pieces each.
Not quite.
I can just divvy
I
it
think
up.
two good
I can divvy it
ones.
up. Hold on, I can divvy
Okay.
it up. There you go. Now there's 2 extra platinum. You guys can figure out where they go.
You guys can have them.
I'll take one.
I'm gonna make this argument. Silas is in every one of our what do you call it? Every time we play, I play Silas, right? Sometimes Tanner's isn't here, you know. I think I should get the Carpet of Flying just so we always have it available.
That's a really good point.
And then you guys
I think you should
can,
save it and give it to Hogork when you get back to town.
I can do that too.
Cork would
I'm
look
just
amazing on it.
Alright, so I did put the spell book in the party sheet. I think you got it.
This is amazing.
May I take one of the gem-encrusted ceremonial daggers?
Tanner says you may have both if he can have the brooch.
I'm okay with that.
Actually, hang on a second. Let me go ahead and put the item on. Okay, there you go. So now he's got an effect for it, so you can just click that effect. Makes him immune to magic missile. That's pretty awesome. Alright, cool.
Did anybody take the other platinum piece? Because I took one.
I did.
Okay, so
Oh my God,
as you now kind of look, you do see some stuff on the other side. Clearly, there's another room. You guys are not gonna be able to pass through this like, this area. You'll have to go out and then back around if you want to get to the other side of this room. So there's clearly another area to this room that you can see kind of through this,
That's the
anti-life shell.
danger door, though.
Yeah.
Senor Bobos, can you cast your ritual at range? Like, could you summon Cinnamon on the other side of the portal?
It lasts. The casting time is at minimum an hour.
Hang on.
I mean, if we want to risk it, we can certainly wait that long. But I mean, I'm not sure if it's what advantage it would give us to try to get into that room. I could, if it doesn't like fire, maybe it likes ice. I will stand way, way, way back around here and cast Ray of Frost at it. Squeezing my eyes shut, bracing for impact.
Alright, sorry. You're casting Ray of Frost at what?
At the second door.
Okay.
The door on the east there.
So the frost smashes against the door. There doesn't appear to be a visible effect. Yeah, you don't see any kind of visible effect on the door. I mean, there's a little bit of frost on it now.
Maybe you should shush the door.
I use my mage hand to knock on it.
Okay.
Nice.
There is no reply.
Is Sacred Flame technically fire? Because it says flame-like in the description, but...
I think it does radiant damage. Doesn't it do radiant damage?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Tanris steps forward and casts this thingy, flaming sphere in front of the door, which I assume does not have a dex save.
So
But just like
the flaming sphere smashes into the door. The rune on the door kind of melts away, and you hear a mechanism within the door engage. So you hear a.
nice.
So, do you want to open it?
Tanris. Yeah. He opens the door. Tanris is gonna cower back here with Senor Bubbles.
A stone wall divides this room, which you know because you were on the other side. Within the barrier is a tome, not anymore because you've stolen it. Hang on one second. Okay. Let's see. Chamber is spattered with dark blood and 3 armored warriors. 3 armored warriors are mechanically hacking at 6 man-sized worms struggling to get inside a stone sarcophagus.
I quietly close the door.
Yeah, roll for initiative. Nice try.
I like where you're thinking there, Silas.
Yeah, had there been an attempt at stealth, maybe, then I would say,
But
okay,
they're all
yeah.
distracted. Oh god. I'm glad you have that feature sometimes, Brian, where it resets the initiative.
Yeah.
I don't even notice. I'm like thumbing through the spell book, like squealing in glee.
Are we rolling initiative?
Yes, roll for initiative, please. Let me know when you all have your initiative in.
Mine's in.
Appropriately low.
Alright, so the giant worm in the middle of the room is first. It is going to attack this animated armor. So they're actively involved in a combat already, and so you guys are you're going to draw their attention, but for this round they're going to continue to do what they were doing before you open the door. And it's going to try a bite attack, but it's going to miss. So Tenris is up first.
So, my Flame Orb spell is a concentration spell. Is that still going?
Your which one?
My Flame Orb? Like, I never dismissed it. Would it still be going?
What? So flaming. Wait, what are you talking about? Flaming sphere?
Yeah, sorry, Flaming Sphere.
Let me check something real quick. So it would technically still be on the door. You could move it because he cast it on the door.
Yeah, that's what I want to do is basically move it right in between Warriors 1 and 3.
Okay. Hang on, let me situate them so you can put it between them. And then give you a token. Okay, so that's your sphere right there. So those guys will need to make a dexterity saving throw. What is your spell save DC? So he's a 20 charisma.
That's 5. And my proficiency is 2.
So 15. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's it. Okay, so let me make dex saves from. It looks like all these guys. I mean, you basically, so the worms, worm 5, worm 1, animated armor 3, and animated armor 1 are all going to need dex saves.
Nice.
So let me see if I can just do this with him. Okay, so Tenris needs to target.
Okay, wait. When I move the sphere, I actually wait, no. Because it says you've got this, if you ram the sphere into a creature, that creature must make the saving throw. So since I was moving it, can I ram it into number 3? Because they don't take that damage
yeah.
unless they end their turn within 5 feet of
Right,
the street.
right. So yes. So remove the targeting. Which one are you gonna ram it into? 3?
Yeah, I'll ram it into 3 so it comes to a rest right there.
There you go. All right. So now go ahead and roll the. Or sorry, and then let's see. And then
So
we can
3
do
is
the
3 is the only
save.
one that needs to make the save right now.
Okay, so he succeeded in
So
his
he
save.
takes half damage.
Right. So go ahead and do the damage.
2d6.
You don't. You can just click on it right on the spell. There's a damage effect right there. So he's all coded up. So he's got the damage 2d6. It's the blood drop next to the die for the save. So just go ahead and click on that blood droplet next to the save. Under
Okay,
Flaming
I
Sphere.
am targeting him and blood drop.
There you go. See, it did everything it needed to do. So that's perfect.
And I hate to be that guy, but that was my bonus action. Can I like get in here and just throw an Eldritch Blast like that and then step back?
Yeah. Why? Who is not in the right space? Silas is not in the right space. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're lined up. So go ahead. Okay, it's a hit.
Oh, barely any damage.
Yep.
And then I step behind the wall.
Sure. Silas.
Silas is just gonna stab this guy. And he misses. Which he's gonna move back.
Okay. So Giant Worm 1 doesn't have. I mean, he knows the fire's there, but there's not really anywhere for him to go. So he's going to attack Animated Armor 1. And he's going to try to use his Constrict attack. And he's going to miss. Giant Worm number 4 is going Animated Armor 2, and he is going to use his Constrict. He's also going to miss. Animated Armor 3 is going to step back, and he's going to attack Giant Worm 6.
The giant worm next to the sphere should have made a dexterity or a save for the fire.
Yeah, that's Worm 1. I'll get him. Here, let me go ahead and do that now. And he succeeds.
So half damage.
Yeah, so two. Alright, so
Here, I'll untarget him and I'll
yep, there you
the
go, do
damage.
that.
So 2, right?
Yes. So instead of 5, he'll have 2. Okay, cool, got him. So Animated Armor 3, lots of bad guys to manage. So he's going to he's gonna do a slam attack on Giant Worm 6. Oh, he's gonna miss. Giant Worm 5 is he's not gonna be able to go anywhere, so target him, and then he's gonna attack Animated Armor 1. And miss. So go ahead and target him for the save, and then the damage on the flaming sphere. Ryan. Alright, he failed, so I'm gonna take that damage.
There we go.
Alright, Senor Bobos.
Move up.
Much smooth.
Can I target him from there? Should I move up into the... Nah,
Target who from
I want
where?
to stay out of range. Sorry?
Who were you trying to target?
Giant Worm 5.
No, you need to move up.
I don't really want to.
Actually, let me see that target again. Target him again. Because if it's gonna... Yeah, no, I'll let you target him. Go ahead.
Alright. I'll do that.
Kind and benevolent, remember?
Well, he's about to die anyway. I'll target this worm instead. He's clearly in range. Nice! Oh! One hit! One shot! Boom! And I'll back up here. 10
good
feet.
job. Alright, Giant Worm 2 is going to attack Armor 2. Constrict is a miss. Animated Armor 2 is with a slam attack. Man, they're not doing anything. They're just battling it out. Nobody can seem to hit anybody. Zanrush,
I can just imagine him like making frustrated noises as they like stomp their feet trying to hit these snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see any point in getting too far into this battle yet. So I'm going to keep my distance. Aim at the who is that? Animated Armor 1, and I can make a different action, but I just want to double check. Would I be able to throw a dart because I'm holding my staff? Oh no, I have my torch. Never mind. No, my staff would be away then.
I will say you can throw a dart.
Alright, thank you. And on that note, I'm going to pass my turn for now.
Alright, Giant Worm 3 is going to attack Animated Armor 3. And he is going to use a Constrict attack. Oh, miss. Animated Armor 1 is going to try to get away from this sphere, but he really can't without coming out the door. But he wouldn't do that because he's sworn, so he wouldn't do that. So he's going to attack Giant Worm 5, and then he's going to need to be targeted for the fire damage. And he's going to miss, of course. Silas, you're up.
Me?
Silas is up.
I'm gonna do my old dip and duck and dodge like I always do. Okay, Tanran is going to. Can the flaming sphere move through the armors?
No.
And you have to have, what, like 20 feet to charge, right?
Did you target animated armor 1 and roll the save and apply the damage?
I did not. Let me do that real quick.
You're targeting Giant Worm 5 and... Oh, there you go. Alright.
Let me see. Flaming sphere.
So he failed his save and he takes 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, so I can move the sphere 30 feet. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put it right there. And then I'm gonna pop out for my regular action and hit animated armor 1 with a Eldritch Blast.
Okay. That's a hit.
Nice.
My damage sucks.
Did you want to push him back? So you do have repelling blows.
Yeah. I'll push him up against his foe 10 feet back there. I mean his friend.
Right, okay.
So, I want to use suggestion, which I can use to magically influence a creature I can see with the range that can hear and understand me. And I'm not sure if these animated armors can understand me, or if it can be charmed.
I believe the answer is no. Yes, they cannot be charmed.
Darn. Okay. So instead, since everybody's out of the room, I'm gonna cast Fireball.
Alright.
20-foot radius on a point, so I can make, I think, pretty much everybody make the saving throw. If I cast it basically on top of animated armor 3. And I will be just out of range.
Yep. Yep, target them all. Roll it up.
Yay.
Drop that fireball.
I think this is the first time I'm casting Fireball, by the way, everybody. So enjoy the hell out of this. One of the lore-wise, it's one of the reasons why wizards were accepted into adventuring groups.
I see a lot of failure.
Oh, man.
I see a couple of dyings and a couple of instant deaths.
Yeah.
God, the room has turned into a bloodbath.
Yeah, just a murder scene.
Can I use a bonus action to take out some of my painting tools? Because I want to get a picture of this carnage.
Yeah.
I'll just
hold
move
on.
back
So
a
let
little bit.
me clean it up. Let me clean up the dead folks.
Not before I get a screenshot. Hang on.
Oh no, go ahead.
All right, we're good. Go ahead.
All right, so we got 2 animated armors left, and just carnage everywhere.
And yeah, I have a little bit of movement left, so I'll just duck back here so they don't come straight after me. Hopefully.
Yeah, they're going to change their attention at this point.
Well, I don't think there's any more snakes left to kill.
No
Like
more
they should
snakes
be.
left
They
to
should be
kill.
happy about this.
So he's got 25 feet of movement. He's going to move there. And he's going to attack. He's going to attack.
By the way,
Tanner's.
Xanros, take away that effect of yours. Oh, I can, actually. For some reason.
And he's going to miss.
Thank you.
Xanros, you are up.
But you don't have your cloak on anymore. Oh, no, my bad. You just added it.
Alright.
Hey, do concentration checks only happen when you get hit?
Yeah.
I'm going to drop my torch and do an unarmed attack. Possibly with a Kai point if I land it.
Yep, you hit.
Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't need to use it. Alright.
Yep. That animated armor is destroyed. So it
And on
comes
that
out,
note-
it takes a swing at Tanris and is unsuccessful, and you're like, and basically, smash him right in the face, and he falls to pieces.
I'm going to move in as well and then end my turn.
Alright, so this guy is going to move around the flaming sphere. Up to there. He's going to... And he is going to make 2 slam attacks.
Oh,
And so Xanros is going to take 9 points of damage. And then he's going to be up again, thanks to the
I hope he crits.
Here he comes. 2 slam attacks against Xanros.
Why do you want him to crit?
2 misses against Xanros. Silas, you are up.
I'm gonna come in here and stab Xanros.
What did I do?
You certainly didn't kill 80% of the enemies. I'm sorry, I don't want to throw shade. You're my favorite, Xanros.
I mean, I guess I'm a punching bag one way or another.
I find that difficult to believe.
Alright. Over here. Yeah, I mean, he's dying. Is there anything else left to do?
No. So you can investigate the room if you'd like.
I'd like to investigate this sarcophagus the snakes were trying to get into so bad. I mean worms.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an investigation check. So sarcophagus. There is there's a body inside. So wait, let me correct myself. Do you want to open it?
Well,
So what
Is
I'll
there
say is the
anything-
lid is moved aside a little bit. So the worms made some progress, and the lid is moved aside, just a touch, and you can see there is a human body inside, which looks surprisingly similar to the guy you fought before, Hassan. Looks just like Hassan. There's also a statue of Hassan in the northeast corner, which is he's like in a heroic pose.
But based on my investigation, is there anything remarkable about the tomb or the sarcophagus itself? Any markings?
No. I mean, other than the fact that he looks like he died yesterday, like his body is perfectly preserved. Like it doesn't look like it's decayed at all.
I don't see any reason to defile this guy's grave. I'm gonna put the lid back on.
Is
Or
there?
Okay.
try to.
I know there are spells like Gentle Repose that will like prevent him from turning undead again, maybe, or something like that. But I don't know if anybody has that, because I don't.
Nope.
I do not.
I could use suggestion on him and be like, "Don't turn undead."
Yeah, he seems like he really doesn't want to turn undead, so he's going to heed your advice.
Nice. I didn't even have to use suggestion.
So again, statue in the northeast corner. That flaming sphere is gone.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring it with me. I was gonna dismiss it, but I figured it would be gone already anyway.
Yep.
I'd like to investigate that statue too.
Sure. Go ahead and give me investigation checks. So, you notice that there's a groove in the floor that would allow the statue to be moved like 1 foot to the west.
I'll try to move it. Not sure if I have any oil left, but I might be able to sort of lubricate the track there.
So you reveal a secret door.
Guys, there's a secret door over here.
Ooh, secret door.
Secret door, oh my god.
Secret door, secret door. I'll go in, I guess, since I revealed it.
So you're gonna open the door?
Oh, shoot. There. Okay, sorry. Yeah, when you said door, I thought you meant passageway, because I don't know what words mean. I'll actually step back and into the corner and use Mage Hand to open the door.
Okay. So here's what you see.
Oh. I'm interested, so I'll just sort of walk inside, sort of looking around the room.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Sorry.
You have found the heart of the crypt. In the room's center is a slab of white marble that shines like moonlight in the darkness. It has a slight indent wide enough to hold 3 people side by side, like a shadow basin filled with dried cedar, frankincense, and rosemary. There's a single door behind the bloody corpse of a giant milky white worm.
Am I standing on the worm?
You don't see it? It's huge.
Oh my gosh! I didn't realize that whole thing was the worm. I'd like to investigate the corpse.
Okay.
It's big and it's dead.
It is, yeah, and it's a worm.
I don't even know if I recognize that.
Can I climb over the worm and check out the door?
Say again?
I want to climb over the worm and check out the door.
You gotta check out the door to the north.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. That leads off the map.
That door does not appear to be locked.
I open.
Okay. It opens to reveal, kind of like a hallway, and there's another door to the left there, just a little bit more than halfway down the hallway.
What do you guys think? Series of left turns, right?
Agreed.
Senor Bobos, you with us?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I'll follow you guys north if that's where you're going.
Yeah, series of left turns. That's the name of our adventuring group.
That should be.
I try the handle on this door.
Okay. It is unlocked as well.
Open it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, so 2 rows of decorative columns line this hall, which disappears into shadowy darkness beyond the light of your flame. The floor and pillars of the hall are splattered with black blood, and the bisected corpses of dozens of worms litter the floor. Give me a perception check.
This is obviously nothing.
Should we all give one?
No, just person looking through the door. Yeah, you don't see anything immediately.
I'm going to put my staff, or put my torch down. Draw my staff.
Okay, hold on. So when you get there, you didn't notice it before, but you now catch a glimpse of a female elf that looks like this, standing behind one of the pillars. She was waiting for you to enter the room, and when you do, she's going to take a shot at you with her bow.
Oh dear.
If only I had taken rogue instead of fighter last level.
Actually, she's gonna take 2 shots with her bow. That's a hit. And oh, I think I might have grabbed the wrong damage. Yeah, so subtract. Oh no, now the damage is the same. And then the second bow attack is a miss. Alright, so go ahead and roll initiative. Everybody get your initiatives in.
Mine is in.
Working on it. I don't know who the. Okay, that was Tanner.
Alright. So Silas is going to be up first. So Silas, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna jump up on her. You know, like I do. Yeah, I keep targeting myself. I'm sorry. Okay, I gotta fix. So I'm gonna stab her. I'm gonna use my action surge and stab her again.
Nice.
I'm gonna get my sneak attack because we're all by our onesies. And then I'm gonna run the bejesus away.
Alright. Set
That's
your
my turn.
bows.
I'm
You're-
gonna move up 10 feet here. And I am going to cast a suggestion on her. Oh,
Okay,
sweet.
She fails her save. What would you like to
That-
suggest?
So many times, everybody, this has failed. I'm gonna suggest to her that her weapons are burning hot to the touch, and she should immediately drop them.
Okay. And okay, that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna look at them. She's gonna shake her head a little bit. She's gonna drop her bow and her longsword. And yeah, that's what she's gonna do.
Let me check suggestion because she might get a saving throw.
Saving throw.
Oh, did she fail?
Yeah, she failed.
Oh, hang
the
on.
Original saving throw.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Yeah. So if the suggested activity can be completed in a short time, the spell ends when the subject finishes what it was asked to do. Okay. So, spell's over.
Yeah, so she just drops her weapons, and yeah, and then so she takes a minute, gathers herself, reaches down and picks up her weapons, and she's going to move. Back to there, and that's going to be her turn. It's Xanros.
Alright, alright. I'm gonna target her. I'm gonna use Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Son of a... I will end my turn.
Oh, Tanris, I forgot. Two, three. So he's just gonna move to here, and then Eldritch Blaster in the face.
So, sure. Who has the candle?
I have the candle.
Okay. Like where? Are you carrying
I would be carrying it with me. I mean, I'm assuming that it's still dark.
it? Okay.
I'd be using it for light.
Okay. Okay. All right. Did you want to try to? Did you want to push her back?
Does it have to be backwards?
It's a push. Yeah. So.
Okay. Sure, why not? It might screw her up.
Just push her back into the corner, basically.
Yeah, nobody puts baby in a corner but me.
That's right.
And I can decrease her speed by 10 feet if I can hit with a Ray of Frost. So we can just sort of keep her at bay. I mean, she has a.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Another tiny, it's so funny.
You gotta be kidding me. Look at all that damage. Well, a couple of twos, but you know. I'll move 5, 10 feet. And that'll end my turn.
Okay. Silas.
That's 5,
So
10 feet.
actually, what I'm gonna do, real quick, is when you hit her with the Ray of Frost, right?
Mm-hmm.
She says, to you, "Where is Hassan? That is his."
Oh, the spell book? Yeah, it's not...
Not the book. The candle.
Well, the book is his, too.
I'm not concerned with the book. I am
We
concerned
relieved
with his
him.
candle.
We relieved him of his involuntary service to his master. And after he left this plane of existence, I took this candle because I cannot see in the dark. I apologize if this was a... I meant no disrespect by taking it. I just needed a source of light.
But where is he? Where is his body?
His body disappeared when we released him from his involuntary service.
No, it didn't. His body was in that crypt 2 rooms ago.
Oh, right. Yes. So his real body, you mean? Right. It is very close by.
She says, "We are the three. We are affected by Gorgith. The only way to free us permanently is to put us to rest. I'm afraid that I can only hold my strength briefly, but you must use the pyre to put our bodies to rest." And she kind of slips back into her previous rage.
Oh, I get it.
Got it.
So am I fighting her again?
Yeah, she's gonna attack. She's gonna do attacky attack.
Okay, I've already moved 10 feet. By the way, I'm using my bonus action dash.
Okay.
And so it's 50 feet from me to her, so I'm just gonna... right up there.
Okay.
Ooh.
That is definitely a hit.
And we are on our onesies. There's that sneak attack damage.
Alright.
And then I take my move action backwards. Let's say here. That seems good.
Xanros.
I'm going to move forward and attack. I think right now I'm just unarmed though. So.
Got a target.
Oh. Thought.
Let me see if that would hit. Hang on.
Okay.
It would hit. So, go ahead and target and roll your damage.
Sweet. I'm gonna do a secondary unarmed.
It's a hit. There we go.
Then I'm gonna use a Kai point to disengage.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to. There. And then my turn.
Alright. And she is going to... she has her speed reduced because she got the ice blast. So she can only move 20 feet. She's going to move right there. Target Xanros, and she's going to do a life drain attack. And that is a hit.
Oh.
And there's some damage. You gotta make a con save, which you succeed at. And she has multi-attack, so she's gonna also make a longsword attack on you. And she's gonna miss. And that's her turn. Tanris.
Tanner steps out. I think she might be some sort of undead. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Sacred Flame for funsies. Oh,
Succeeds.
boo. And then I'll take a step back.
Xanros.
Sorry.
Not gonna take any bonus actions.
Well, I was drawing my staff this turn. That was my primary. Sorry.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, the damage.
Look at all that.
Alright.
I race back in, like, arms raised, and oh.
So as she goes down, her body stays. Unlike Hassan, her body stays, and her corpse hits the floor, and she, a similar kind of. So there is this green mist that kind of comes off of her when she hits the floor, and her body, aside from the the wounds and the damage that you guys did, like physically she looks like, it was almost as if she died. Well, I mean, like she died today. Like she doesn't. Aside from the wounds that you guys did, there don't appear to be any, or there doesn't appear to be any kind of decomposition. So, what would you guys like to do?
Xanros, you get her feet, I'll get her arms.
Okay.
And I'm thinking we carry her and put her on that big pile of wood next to the worm.
Hi ho. Hi
We can
ho.
also do it to the guy in the other place. While they're doing that, I'll duck into the other room and try to pull the...
Oh, and Xanros will go with you, and our mage hands can do the other body.
I think they can only carry 20 pounds.
Aww.
Yeah.
I was
We'll grab 'em.
excited.
We can still cast Mage Hand and like have them help on the sides or something like that. Phrasing.
Keep his balls from dragging
So
on the floor.
you drag
Exactly.
Hassan to the pyre as well, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So okay, so both of them are laid on the pyre. What I am going to suggest is that... What was that?
I was cheering you on.
Oh, so what I was going to suggest is that we make this one a two-parter. So we haven't yet found any of the Baranor, residents, and there is another. So there are 3 of these people, and there's quite a bit left to explore. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to, if it's okay with you guys, go ahead and call the session there, and we will resume, if you guys would like to, next week.
I would call it a success.
Heck yeah.
I'd be down with that.
All right. So with that, thank you everybody for tuning in or catching us on the replay. Really appreciate it, and be on the lookout for the Crypt of Green Shadows episode 2, most likely next Saturday, if not potentially a couple Saturdays from now. So we'll let you know, post on the Twitter when we plan on following up on this episode. But again, really appreciate you tuning in. Guys, had a great time. I think we had a lot of fun this time around, and we will catch you guys all next time.